Hello and welcome to another Brett Plays video. This is another Grumman. So the S2F-3 Tracker, but this is in the Royal Australian Navy livery. It's a beautiful aircraft. Comes over really shiny. There's a US livery and the Australian Royal Navy. Well, the Royal Australian Navy actually that way, the RAN. So another beautiful Grumman aircraft. We'll put the link in the description. It is an SFX aircraft, so you do have to convert it. It's going to have its crazy little steer over to the left and then straighten and then get back on. Yep. Now this one came over fine, but if you do find some aircraft have no sounds, which I will have some coming up, you do need to find out where their dependency sounds were coming from. So what you could do with this particular one, the sounds are great. Love those engine sounds. You could actually copy these into aircraft that don't work, that have similar engines, and then import it. So you've got to do it that way. You can't do it afterwards because it needs to be written into the actual JSON file. But I'll explain that on the videos that don't have them, which I think there'll be a couple coming up after this one gets released. I think that's far enough. Alright, now having a look in the interior, it's very similar to the last aircraft that I tried, military Grumman one, which had the radar dish up on the back. Actually, it's almost identical. And the gauges too, the two that didn't come over very well. But when it comes to outside, very nice. Looks like my propellers are all the way up. Thank you. Sometimes it does that. Now, lights. No, I didn't see them come on. I think that's one thing in these particular aircraft that, when I say these, the bunch that I've got, some of them just didn't have the lights that came on, which is a bit of a shame. But let's redo our altitude, get back here, park brake off, foot brake on, bring it up. And away we go, and we're going to have to do steering. I should have actually locked that front wheel. I think there's a way of doing it. Alright. It's almost like you got to brake and then get it right. So lock the front wheel, thank you. Yep, should have done that. Now there's a tail, wow, that guy's coming in pretty quick. There is a tail wheel lock that you can do. I may have locked it slightly sideways. And looking the functions for Microsoft Flight Sim, and I've got it bound to one of my throttle buttons so that I can lock that either front or rear wheel. It's a bit of a finicky thing to do. Alright, just wants to get going there. Look at that. That was with one level of flaps. Wheels up, very well modelled. Inside, the default view. Decent windows on the side. Obviously these were for looking, I'm guessing they're Navy because of the tow hook, and obviously lots of view in order to be able to look out for, I'm not sure if it's search or rescue or, well, I just did my trim and it didn't like it. There we go. Well, I've killed it. Didn't get my default trim up and I bumped it and made a mess of it. But you know what? It recovered quite well. Maybe because I got my flaps still up. I'll get a bit more speed there. So far, very happy with this. Great aircraft. Definitely got it on a climb. I mean, it looks great. They come over quite shiny. And I would highly recommend them. So the link will be in the description. I'm going to make this one fairly short. I'm not even going to go through the city because it really doesn't get going very fast. I don't know whether this is meant to be an anti-sub well, with having the submarine things on the back and the Tiger, I'd say it would be an anti-sub plane. Alright, like, comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.